The trains, for their kind, are the strongest vehicles on land. And the locomotives of Sodor are the power behind the living and technological features that make up the Northwestern Railway. These are the tales of the talking trains. The year is 1912, a very interesting time for the Wellsworth and Sudbury Railway on Sodor. In order to make ends meet during this hard time, the company's engines had to carry out jobs from dawn until the dead of night. There were 5 bio trains of the WNS at this time. Colin and Lily, the WNS's shunters, Adam, the heavy goods engine, Toby, a former government steam tram, and Winston, a mixed traffic engine formerly from the Lancashire and Yorkshire Railway. While they sometimes got into petty arguments, all 5 engines got along extremely well as they strived to do right by their passengers and clients. This is where our story begins. It was the 20th of April, early in the morning, as the WNS engines were greeted by the controller, Mr. John A. Macdonald Jr., grandson of Canada's first Prime Minister. Good morning, engines. First order of business. As you all know, there has been an increase in the workload over the past few weeks, so I've arranged for another shunter to join us. He's fresh from Brigton and is relatively inexperienced. Lily, I'll leave him in your buffers. When he arrives, please show him the ropes.
Yes, sir. What's his name?
Thomas. Thomas? No offense, but his name sounds like he's on the juvenile side.
Does that make you the old grandpa, Adam?
I resent that! Settle down. Now on to the really big news. As you are all aware, several days ago, the Titanic, the supposedly unsinkable ship, sank in the Arctic waters, resulting in the deaths of 1,500 people.
I'm confused though. I thought they said that the ship was unsinkable. Well, Colin, every mountain is unclimbable until someone climbs it, so every ship is unsinkable until it sinks.
Exactly, Toby. But moving forward, I have been approached by some employees who have a contract for us, a special train called the King. The King? What kind of contract would be named that? The King was financed by His Majesty himself, Winston, as it's a train full of medicine and supplies for those 700 survivors of the Titanic in America.
Really? That's nice of His Majesty.
Indeed, which is why it's a very profitable job for both us and those who survived the disaster. When it's ready in 2 days, you will all help deliver the package. They say it's very heavy, so be careful. For now, all of you will do your usual services, so see that they're carried out without any problems.
So basically really useful, right, sir?
Oh, Colin, really?
The main competitive business of Sodor's railway is the Techno unification from Barrow-in-Furness, so named because the locomotives of that company, named the Techno trains, are technologically advanced as they all have electronic fireboxes, special gadgets, and some of the engines are AIs. Like the WNS, they had business on Sodor to the various passengers and freight services. Unlike the WNS, they were no strangers to using devious tactics to get ahead. Now listen to me and listen good. The buyer trains of the Sudbury and Suckers are about to get the contract for the King, and I'm not happy about it.
Neither are we, Mr. Zero.
I'm glad to hear it, Drake. Now I want that contract and you lot are going to get it for me. But how are we supposed to? I don't care how you do it. I expect you to demonstrate your superiority, to show all others that you are better than those bio-trained brats, the fastest, the strongest, and dare I say, the most devious.
Well, he's certainly right about better looking.
And devious is good, right? Of course, devious is what's necessary to get ahead of the competition in times like this. Devious is what you are going to use to get the King contract.
Don't you worry, sir. We'll swipe that contract under Sudbury Buffers, or my name's not Drake.
But if it's not Drake, then what is it? Hello there, Lily. Something on your mind?
Yeah, I'm trying to find a new shunter named Thomas. You haven't seen him, have you, Brian?
Afraid not, my dear. Then again, I haven't been looking.
Well, I hope he gets here soon. I've got to pick up some trucks at the China clay pits.
I'd love to help you out, Lily, but I can't move around like you, and I need it on Toby's next train.
Hey, Lily, would you move already? You're taking up this track space.
And that's my cue to leave.
Good luck finding that engine, Lily.
Thanks, Brian. I'll need it.
Lily, have you found that shanty yet?
No, not yet.
Go look about Dickerstown. He might be there.
Okay, I'll go look. Oi, look out.
Oh, sorry about that, miss.
That's all right. Just be careful in future.
Hey, I was wondering if you could help. I'm looking for Lily.
Well, you found her.
Oh, I'm Thomas, miss.
Nice to meet you. I was told by Mr. McDonald to show you the ropes.
Yes, miss. I'm eager to get started.
That's good, 'cause I have to pick up some trucks at the clay pits. What say you come along?
Sounds good, miss.
Please, just call me Lily.
Okay, Lily. Okay, Lily. Occasionally, engines from the Furnace Railway would come to Sodor to deliver passengers and goods. One of the frequent visitors was Edward, an old K2 bile train. Edward is very friendly and wise, but because of his old age, the Techno trains make him the target of their insult whenever they come nearby him.
Well, look what the coal dragged in, Armadale. I thought I heard an old iron creak into the yard.
Indeed, Drake, I often wonder why the Furnace Railway doesn't build stronger engines than this museum piece.
And I often wonder why Albert Einstein didn't build etiquette circuits into you techno-twits.
Blow out your smoke box, Edward. We don't have time for this. We've got important work to do.
Oh, big shots, are you? Must be why you weren't chosen to handle the king.
What would you know about the king?
Only that your company lost out on the delivery contract, and that it's almost ready for delivery.
What?
But it wasn't due until...
Who cares, Armadale? Come on!
You know, for someone relatively inexperienced, you're catching on very quickly.
Well, I did used to work at a seaside port in Brighton, so I'm no stranger to shunting trucks and coaches.
No, I don't suppose you would be.
Hello, Lily. Is this your new recruit?
Sure is. This is Thomas. Thomas, this is Sally. She's the tank engine that works for the scrap yards of Sodor.
Nice to meet you, Sally. Say, by any chance are you one of my siblings?
No, I was specifically built by the government as an experimental tank engine, though I sometimes wonder if they ripped off L.B. Billington's designs.
Sorry we can't chat for long, Sally, but we've got to get back to the harbor.
Okay, I understand. I'll see you two later.
Wow, she was nice.
Yeah, for the most part there are lots of nice engines and people on the island.
What do you mean for the most part?
I mean, watch out for those techno trains. They think they're better than everyone else just because they're technologically advanced and try to use that to get ahead no matter how disreputable.
Alright, now listen up. The train the WNSs are supposed to pull is gonna be a heavy goods, which means they'll need Adam, so if we put him out of action, the contract will be ours.
Yeah, but he's too strong for us.
He's hauling trucks out of the lumberyard, you dummy. You know how dodgy the points are around there.
Yeah, so? So we switch a set against him and he'll knock himself out when he runs over them.
Exactly. Now get to it fast and get back here fast, and get...
Very devious, Drake. Very devious. Say, do you think Mr. Zero will give us more chasing to if we succeed?
Nicholas, what was my instruction?
Well, if it isn't me old mucker Edward, how are you? Better for having seen you now, Winston. Oh, really? What's up? Well, not only has my boiler been stuffed up because I took on dirty water, I've had to put up with some technological twits. Ugh, are those Techno-trains teasing you about your age again? Indeed, I'll tell you, it's a disgrace that you chaps have to share this island with them. Kuh, I agree with you. Still, at least today we get to show them up. Yes, I know about the king, and it might interest you to know that it's ready for pickup now.
What? Are you sure?
Indeed, I overheard about it on my way here.
Trembling tenders. It's early. I gotta tell the others.
Do you think you can help me later? I've got a good strain for the Furnace Railway to pick up at Brendam later.
Sure thing. See you later, Edward.
See you later, Winston. Good luck.
Hello, Adam. Nice day we're having, isn't it?
I guess. What are you two doing here anyway?
We're just on our way to pick up a train at Kelstop. You know, just doing our usual duties. Adam was right to be suspicious of those two, but what he didn't notice was that while he was talking to them, Warwickshire was using his back robotic gadget arm to cut down some pieces of wood nearby, which would then block Adam's path, trapping him. Oh, Thomas, Billy, you haven't seen Adam by any chance, have you?
No. Is there a problem?
The King. It came in sooner than expected. It's almost fully loaded, and the train will be ready before long.
Really? But we can't pull it without Adam.
Well then go look for him, and be quick about it.
You got it, Toby.
Colin, Winston, we'll need to manage the train till he gets here. Let's go.
Mr. McDonald won't be happy if we fail to get this train out on time.
I hope Adam gets here soon.
We'll never get this train on time.
I'm worried about this. Come on, Adam, where are you?
Cinders and ashes, what happened here?
I would say it's these pieces of wood that fell on the tracks, but I'm sure it's no coincidence that Nicholas and Warwickshire were here before it happened.
Yeah, I'll bet those crooks scampered after it happened.
My driver called for a crane, which unfortunately won't be here for an hour.
An hour? That's just great.
The King came in early and the others need you now.
Well, you two will have to help in place of me.
Us? But I've never handled any special jobs like this before.
It's not like we got much choice. Head on back to the others and help them pull the train to Brendam. I'm sure it'll work out.
I don't know.
Don't worry, Thomas. It's like any ordinary train, only a little bigger. I'm sure you can manage.
Alright, I'll try.
Joining up with Colin, Toby, and Winston, Thomas and Lily were able to help them move the train to time, much to the dismay of the Techno trains.
Looks like your plan didn't work, Drake.
If I could only get rid of that twitcher Thomas.
Thinking devious, eh, Drake?
No, just thinking contract. Look at how slow they're moving. This gives me an idea.
Although their run was far from complete, the WNSs were making good time. Thomas was especially helpful in pushing the train from the back. However, while that was happening, Drake came close with his emergency grappling cable ready, thinking no one was watching, and set his idea to sabotage their efforts into action.
This is where we win the contract, lads.
Oh!
What on Sodor?
Oh, so that's devious.
Good job, Drake.
Nicely done.
Well done, Drake.
Better luck next time, chums.
Uh-oh, it looks like that sudden stop ripped the couplings clean off. They'll need to be replaced.
Oh, funnel! Of all times for this to happen.
This is just a delay we didn't need. It'll take ages to replace those couplings. Oh no, this is my fault. I've messed up big time.
As Winston had predicted, it did take ages to replace the broken couplings. To make matters worse, Mr. MacDonald had to explain to an irritated representative of His Majesty why the King's delivery was so far behind schedule. During this incident, Drake slithered into the yard to offer the Techno Trains' services of taking the train, and try as Mr. MacDonald did, he was unable to dissuade the representative from taking Drake up on his offer, booting Mr. MacDonald's engines from the train.
Glad to be of service. That weasel really pistons me off.
He pistons off all of us, Colin. But there's nothing we can do now. We've lost the contract.
Wait a minute, where's Thomas?
He must have steamed away while we were all distracted.
The poor fella. It must feel awful. No one's ever gonna want me again. I might as well go back to the mainland. Well, I congratulate you lot.
Thank you, sir.
You're a good engine, Drake, with the right attitude. Oh, just one thing. Nobody saw you, did they? Not even what's his name?
Who, Thomas? No, sir, nobody saw us.
Good, that's very good. I'll offer our full services to their majesties tomorrow. With their revenues, we'll be able to prove that we're far superior than those biotrain brats of the WNS.
Poor little Thomas. It just wasn't his day.
No, it wasn't.
Evening, all.
Oh, Adam, thank goodness you're back. We were starting to worry.
Yeah, Sally helped me back onto the rails. So is it true about what happened?
That we lost the contract to those Techno trains? Yeah, it's true.
You haven't seen Thomas by any chance, have you?
No, I haven't. Gah, I trusted him to handle one important job in place of me, and it backfired.
Now, Adam, let's not be hasty.
Maybe I should go look for Thomas.
Whatever for?
Come on, Adam. We all make mistakes. He must be feeling awful right now.
Well, he should after screwing up big time.
What do you say, Toby? Can I go look for him?
Alright, Lily, just be careful.
Gah, why does she always have to play the nice girl?
Isn't it because she's nice, Adam?
Oh, shut up, Colin. We're in no mood for your stupidity.
Stupidity? I'll have you know.
Enough, you two. We all had a bad day, so let's not make it worse and go to bed.
With pleasure.
Good evening, Lily. You look rather worried. Is something wrong?
You haven't seen Thomas, have you?
No. Did something happen?
He's gone missing. I think it's because he's ashamed about causing the accident with the king.
Thomas didn't cause no accident. Drake shot his grappling cable at the water tank near Thomas, which then spewed steam and gave him a fright.
What? Are you sure?
Yep. I was in the works when my crew and I saw it. Sorry I didn't speak up sooner, but I was getting my systems checked at that time.
I had a feeling those Techno trains had something to do with that. I have to tell the others. Thanks, Edward.
Wait, Lily, I could use some help. Oh, bugger.
Wake up, guys.
What? Gah, Funnel Lily, don't do that. You'll scare the bull steam out of us.
Sorry, lads, but it's important. Edward told me he saw everything.
What? What did he see?
He saw the accident. I mean, he saw why Thomas had the accident.
So what? He had it and that's enough.
But it was Drake that shot his grappling cable into the water tank near Thomas, which spewed steam and shocked him. That caused him to lose control. Edward saw it.
What? Are you sure?
Yes, you've got to believe me. Thomas isn't a clumsy engine. I can tell by working with him.
Then we clearly owe him an apology. I take it you looked everywhere for him, Lily?
Yeah, everywhere. But I couldn't find him.
If I were him and felt ashamed, I probably would have tried to make it home.
Of course. Vickerstown. He probably went back to the mainland. Come on, lads.
Now, the rest of you, follow Lily. I'll tell Mr. McDonald.
Poor Thomas. We've done him wrong.
I'm with you, Colin. Let's go find him.
Well, as I'm doing nothing better, I'll tag along.
lot.
There you are. Oh dear, we're going to need a crane.
Just leave me be, I've caused enough trouble.
Actually, Thomas, Lily found out it was Drake that shot his grappling cable at the water tank next to you that spewed steam, which caused you to lose control.
You mean it wasn't my fault?
Not at all, Thomas. It seems we were wrong about blaming you.
An apology from Adam? Now I've seen everything.
Do you think Mr. McDonald will let me stay?
Oh, after he hears about this, I'm sure he will want you to.
This is such a relief. Thank you, Lily.
Don't thank me, thank Edward. He's the one who saw the whole thing.
Buzz my buffers. Edward, I completely forgot I had to help him. So it turns out you were seen.
Impossible. I made sure.
Don't argue with me, you were seen. Now His Majesty knows what you did, meaning we don't get the contract or the money for running their train. What's worse, we've been slapped with a huge fine for vandalism and espionage. What kind of idiots do I have working for me? Real devious.
Shut up, Nicholas. Sorry, sir.
Yeah, sorry, sir.
Sorry? Sorry? You idiots, I don't want your apologies! Get out of my sight, all of you!
A few days ago, Thomas was sent to the works, and I'm pleased to say there was minimal damage and he has been repaired. As for the rest of us, we've learned a valuable lesson about not jumping to conclusions before having all the facts, and of trust and friendship. I think we have Lily to thank for that.
Yes,
Absolutely.
indeed. Most
Very
definitely.
true. Now, I know you're all proud of being Wellsworths and Sudrians, but the most important thing I expect from my engine is to be true, honest, and forgiving. Now, if you look to the center, I would like to welcome our new recruit, Thomas. Welcome to the WNS. We are proud to have you.
Welcome aboard, Thomas.
Thank you very much.
And to celebrate this new day, I brought in a whole load of chassingsu, so eat to your heart's content.
Chassingsu?
It's a type of snack specifically made for biotrains. So what are we waiting for? Let's dig in.
Oh, Colin.
And so, the rest of the morning, the engines celebrated the arrival of their new recruit. Thomas would prove to be especially useful over the next several years, but those stories will have to wait as the journey continues.